Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm bringing you guys yet another review video of what is to come in the Confederations Cup, Russia against Mexico. Like I said, for all your L3 Liga MX needs, you guys just tune into this channel. So here's the predicted lineup that I'm going with. Ochoa in goal, Reyes out in the right back position, Araujo, Moreno in center back, and Layun out in the left. Guardado with Hector Herrera in that central defensive mid position, and Jonathan Dos Santos to be following up in that central mid position, and up top, Vela, Chicharito, and Aquino. And as you can see, those are some of the players that I think are going to be on the bench and will most likely feature to come in just in case we do need an impact substitution with the likes of Irwin Lozano and all that stuff. So without further ado, guys, let's get into this preview. As you can see right there, the lineup again, this is not confirmed lineup. This is what I think what Juan Carlos Osorio is definitely going to do. He rested a lot of players for that same reason, because this game was definitely going to be by far one of the most important games of this group stage. So let's get started. Alright, so Mexico need only but a point to advance into the next round, the semifinals. But they need all 3 points in order to convince the Mexican public that they are on the right track, as they were previously to the game against New Zealand. Now, of course, everything blew up against it in that game because of their poor performance, and also because of Juan Carlos Osorio's decision to again rotate, but this time rotate heavily, with a total of 8 different changes to the lineup. So if you guys didn't see that game, if you guys want to read a full review, I did write something in my blog. I'll leave a description down below if you guys want to check that out. But inadvertently, the game ended up being 2-1 in favor of Mexico. Although the game was very scrappy, Mexico looked very poor and definitely did not look like the Mexican national team that everyone was expecting. And everyone, this was against New Zealand, the game that you were supposed to coast home. So I'm not really going to review that game. This is all about previewing this game. So Mexico are coming in I guess a difficult form. I guess you could say the best player was Javier Aquino, who we're seeing right here next to Chicharito. So ultimately, I'm pretty sure he's definitely going to be, start this game. I think he, done enough to merit him a start. So I think he'll definitely play and be a crucial player out in the wing. So let's briefly talk Russia. So Russia came into this tournament as host nations. Of course, as we know, next year is going to be the World Cup. But starting off on the right foot, beating New Zealand 2-0, and then kind of having a stumble against Portugal. I did actually watch that game. Wasn't the most exciting game at all, but it was a pretty interesting to see exactly how Portugal coped with Russia's gameplay, and having seen Mexico play against Portugal, I was able to kind of, I guess you can say, compare and contrast. And I think this is a game that Mexico can definitely control, just the way that they controlled the Portugal game. And if they're capable of actually, utilizing their skills and ability, then I see no problem Mexico getting all 3 points. But there's a lot of pressure. The host nations needs exactly 3 points to get through into the next round. So as you guys are going to see in the background, is going to be my simulation game of the match. So not exactly what I think the game's going to be, but exactly what the game played out for me. So as you can see right there, I got a little bit of early pressure from Russia. Even though in the game it was a friendly, I think the AI kind of knew that everything leading up to this game was for Russia to be intense, and I think that's exactly how Russia's going to come out to play. This is their home nation in front of their home fans, although let's be honest, they haven't had the attendance to make it look like they're the home nation. I believe, I think Chile had some of the best support this whole tournament so far, and we'll have to wait and see. But Russia is definitely going to be in there, a lot of scrutiny, a lot of pressure, and they're going to look at this Mexican national team who struggled against New Zealand and was able to get a point at Portugal against Portugal, excuse me. And I'm pretty sure Russia's thinking, we can beat these guys. We just got to step up our game. And as you can see right there, Chicharito almost scoring a goal, but the goalkeeper does ever so well to parry that out, and Chicharito with his trademark headers, just unable to really squeeze that ball in the back of the net. But I won't talk much about the gameplay, although there's some instance here that should be a little bit brought to attention, because it might just actually happen in the game itself. So Mexico, of course, needs yet but a point, but a point would taste very sour in in uh, in this Confederations Cup. They want to they want to show that they're in it to win it, and that they're one of the more top qualified teams to do so. So I think to really establish that amongst everyone else in this tournament, I think you really need to step your game up against the host nation and definitely bring it. And with that said, you have to beat them. It's not more than just showing that you can play a good game. It's also knowing how to get that result. And I think the Juan Carlos Osorio men are gonna do their best and to really just try and push forward on that. So right now the coach is under a lot of pressure. I can only imagine the Mexican media press has had a field day with him, and on top of that, everyone else that's been covering this game has had his go at him. So I think he's under a lot of pressure, but he knew exactly what this game this job was going to be all about. And you see right there Guardado missing, but Javier Aquino down that left wing was absolutely tearing up the left back. So that's right back, excuse me, something to look forward to. I think right now I'll go into the more individual aspects of this Mexican national team, but I think as an overall, I think the team has quality, and it definitely has the skills to really just get the 3 points, get the victory. Although I feel that the more time runs by, and 15 minutes go by, 25, 30, 45, and you go into first half like Mexico did right here with a 0-0 result, then I think then the pressure starts setting in a little bit more, and then maybe you start thinking, well, all we need is a point, so maybe we start defending a little bit more, maybe get a little bit more of the pressure from Russia, because Russia's going to come at them with full steam early up in the game. Russia's going to try to get an early goal and just kind of maybe sit back on it and invite Mexico for the pressure. So maybe, I mean, you would imagine Mexico would, subsidize that by actually just, receiving some of that pressure and trying to get them on the counter. So it's going to be an interesting aspect, tactically speaking, was exactly what Juan Carlos Osorio does. I doubt he's going to go to his back three. I think he just absolutely failed on him, and he's definitely going to go back with that trusty four at the back, and with Hector Herrera pushing in sometimes as a helper for that center back partnership. So I think Mexico can do it. It's just a matter of fact if not only if they believe in themselves, but can they find that I guess you can say foi. Can they get that inner can channel that inner soccer player mesh, whatever you want to call it, quality, and really put in a shift. And I think it's going to be important. I think that man right there, Carlos Vela, who unfortunately his shot doesn't find the back of the net, is going to be crucial. He's been absolutely Mexico's best player, not coming into the tournament in European qualifying, had an amazing goal and game against the United States. So that's going to be something to look forward to. So individually speaking, I think Mexico maybe is above Russia, not by a lot, but just enough to really just cement themselves and get all 3 points. I think the most crucial part of this game is definitely going to be out in the wings. What is it that Mexico is going to bring out there, with the likes of Vela, and hopefully we get to see the likes of Aquino, and, can they terrorize that defense? And, and exactly, we're going to have to see, Chicharito playing in that center attacking mid, in that center forward position that, he tends to love. And yeah, you're going to see something right here. This is what Chicharito is going to be in game in and game out. He's going to be looking for those opportunities to really just go into this game and try to get into, a cross like this, and, really show us the power header that, that one almost went into the back of the net, which was absolutely crazy. It would have been mental if that would have gone in. But Chicharito's gonna, play an important role to see, can he get in behind the defense? Can he, win those balls? I mean, the Russians are gonna be tough and to beat in the air. They're gonna be very physical. They're gonna be, the type of team that actually can, build upon that and kind of, I guess you can say, bully you in a sense. So It's the 72nd minute here. I think if Mexico get to this point, I think they're going to bring in someone who has all the experience in the world to guide you to not only secure this point, but to keep going forward and hopefully push to, I can't believe I didn't score that one. I'm so sorry, but really should have really scored that one. I mean, Vela just did absolutely amazing to weave his way through the defense, and then for him to, kind of just bottle it in front of goal and then to have no one really take the rebound, kind of, puts a little bit of sting on it. But, we're approaching the last couple minutes of the game and towards the last couple minutes of the video, but all in all, I think Mexico really has only themselves to blame if they do not get the result that they are looking for here. They have the talent, they have the skill, and if they want to keep progressing and if they want to move forward, I know Juan Carlos sort of said that, on any day Mexico can play 2-por-2 to the biggest of teams, and Mexico are really gonna have to show this in this game against Russia. So I think Mexico needs to go out there and really just give it their all, and an early goal will definitely help things out and put Russia into even more pressure, which means that they're gonna come out more and they're gonna try to push more. But the game ends here, and it's going to be 0-0 for this game result. I think Mexico is actually going to end up winning maybe marginally by 1 goal and possibly 2-1. There might be a bit of late drama, but let's hope for that not to be the case. So I think Mexico is definitely going to go out there. They can get the 3 points. Of course, they have that draw that they can kind of fall back on, but let's hope that they don't use that. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this preview. If you guys did, give it a like, share it, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think the result will be. So I know we're about 24 hours away from kickoff, so it should be an exciting and intense game for us Mexican L3 fans. So yeah, for more videos like this, guys, just keep it tuned to this channel, subscribe if you're new, and I have a lot more different content coming up. So yeah, check it out, guys, and a pleasure talking to you guys. So hopefully we can see Mexico get all 3 points. So we'll talk to them later, and until next time, guys, goodbye.